Bucknor. Today I wanted to talk about who motivates you. So I find that a lot of us have to be self-motivated. A lot of times, if you want to do something bigger than what you're currently doing, it has to come from yourself. And the reason that happens a lot is there are some people who celebrate mediocrity, as it were, and you might find yourself being celebrated, but then the truth is you're probably not as good as you think you are. And when you find that out, it's a very, very bitter pill to swallow. You know, when you feel like, man, I'm the biggest shark in this ocean. And then they're like, oh, really? Well, this is how the big sharks really do things. And you're like, oh, wow. Why should you motivate yourself? The truth is, even if you really are the best where you are at this point, there's always someone who's coming for that spot. There's always a new product coming in to show that things can be done better, for example. So you never want to relax and say, I've done all that I can do, I'm the best, and therefore there's no room for improvement. You always have to motivate yourself. Self-motivation is also very important because the truth is, if you live by people's applause, you will die by their criticism. That's the simple truth. If every time you're waiting for someone to tell you you've done a good job, for someone to give you a pat on the back, so for someone to say you're the best, you find that your mood starts getting dictated by what is said or not said. So imagine if you're an artist and the reason you make songs is because you want people to say they love your song. Some songs you make because you know you have to push yourself, or you want to talk about that thing, or you're a writer and every time you write something, people say, man, this is the best. And there's no one ever saying, perhaps you should get better, because one day people will say this is rubbish. So once again, it's important for you to self-motivate, because if you depend on people's criticism, you'll die by it. And if you depend on their applause, one day it can all be taken away. I hope this helps you, really helps me, and I'm at that stage